Jumpman, formerly known as Super Mario.
Not really.
That's fine. Speaking of games, you can play a drinking game when you're watching a roast. Every time someone says dice, take a drink. Or anytime we talk about our drug problems. Wario didn't know being a dick made you that good at go-karting. He got his own stadium. While Luigi's over here like the appendix of the family, he gets to clean Grandma's mansion. Oregon Trail was originally going to be Donkey Kong, but he decided instead he was going to be the Oregon Trail. Not a singular character, the whole goddamn thing. Seriously. How high do you have to be to conceptualize that? Yeah, you're a giant dude. But a large, desolate trail that does not make. Yeah, many people have died trying to traverse your expanse. Not from disease or famine, but because you beat them to death for invading your personal space. Much like Donkey Kong. Now you look like an old-time prospector who eats poisonous mushrooms and Ubers across the country over the graves of little Susie, Billy, Daryl, Jessica, Jackie, Jimmy, Johnny, Joni, Timmy, Peggy, Mikey, Stevie, Danny, Tommy, Bobby, Eric, Derek, and Kyle. Casey, I hope you're fucking proud of yourself. Solid Snake, he's a true leader. Yeah, give it up for Solid Snake, you guys. Yeah. That guy, fuck you. He's a true leader, and in a time when we're losing faith in our leaders, I hope that we never hear that one day he's sneaking into boxes that aren't made out of cardboard. Perry was supposed to be Spyro. He couldn't be here for his fatherly duties. I'm going to choose to think that Spyro couldn't be here for the same reason my dad couldn't, because he's passed out face down drunk in a gutter. Star Fox, I'm glad you can make it with all the space pussy you must be getting. You might be an icon for furries everywhere, but at least it beats an asexual elf or Ron Jeremy in overalls. Samus couldn't be here, but we get it. You're a woman. You took your helmet off at the end of your first game back in 1986. We understand. You have a vagina. It is powerful. It is life-giving. We also understand that it's dangerous and has taken down more men than the Titanic and can melt steel beams. Toad, I'm just surprised Casey hasn't eaten you yet. Pong? At first I thought Paul Miller spelled Pong wrong. He is the Pong paddle. Normally if you look at Paul, you'd think he'd be better suited for some kind of white wizard or rip-off Dumbledore. But I mean, if you were to really personify Pong, they'd be about the same age. Very clever. Much like a Pong paddle, no one wants to play with Paul's balls anymore. Paul's costume is a box. It's good to see him working from home. Now it's time for the man of the hour. I'm not here because I'm good at roasts. I'm just here because I like costumes. They're fun. But you thought this was a roast the whole time we're making jokes. No, you're tripping balls, man. This is an intervention. No one but the Oregon Trail can go through life that high on psychedelics all the time. Seriously. You eat these mushrooms and you have Alice in Wonderland freakouts where you think you're 8 feet tall and murder small animals. It's not cool, man. I let you come over and fix my plumbing one time and you steal my girlfriend and destroy my bridge. You're a 5'0" plumber with a 74-inch vertical leap who lives in a sewer. I'm a king. I live in a castle. She's a princess. Please get help. We love you.
King Koopa, everybody. Write all the roast jokes you want. Everybody remembers that you were played by Dennis Hopper. This next guy coming through the stage was originally named Rockman, but they thought that title was horrible, so they changed it to Mega Man. Oh yeah, lots better. Other working titles included Rainbow Battle Kid, because they knew he was gay even before they programmed the game. Seriously, the only way they could make Mega Man gayer is to give him a soccer game. Oh shit, they totally gave him a soccer game. Wow. Sliding through the stage, the gayest character of all, Mega Man!
Good evening. I know this isn't how I normally appear, you guys, but I was told to dress up for this. So on the way here, I killed Brent von Kalamazoo and stole his appearance. I have the power to take the powers of any boss that I defeat. For example, in one of my early games, I defeated Top Man. That is where I got my sexual dominance. Wario comes from the Japanese for bad Mario. They did not mean to describe him as evil. They were just attempting to paraphrase what his game is like. Sonic is really fucking mad about all those animals that got put into robot slavery. I can relate. You remind me of back in the 90s when I was Mega Man X. I converted to Islam. I don't do that anymore. After the Hajj, it's Mega Man Shabazz now. Luigi, I would kick your ass if I ever needed to beat a level that involved riding coattails. Samus isn't here. I was excited to run into her again. Not as excited as I used to be back when I thought that she was a female Mega Man. But then I found out that she was like a human lady, and that was really disappointing to me. You know, I got like USB 3 going down here. She's got human lady parts. You know, I can deal with that. I just need to go out and fight Dick Man. I would be prepared. Zangief as a fucking, he's known for his temper. You know I know that because nobody had the guts to tell him that the Soviet Union had ended until 1998. And then he punched their car to smithereens. The Oregon Trail guy is here. He's from a video game where you can simulate the experience of starvation, but it's not as fun as the real thing. Star Fox is on a strike team consisting of a falcon, a fox, a rabbit, and a frog. Or as the last two are known, if they get caught on like a desert planet, emergency rations. Saw Solid Snake has a name that was conceived by a computer that writes dick jokes. Rejected possibilities include steel eel, iron python, wood mushroom, worm in a turtleneck, and dick man. Call back to dick man. Mario, I just watched your movie the other day. I was reading about it. There was an interview with Bob Hoskins. They asked him, what's the worst thing you ever did? What's the one thing in your career that you wish you could take back? And if you had a time machine, what's one thing you could change? And he answered, Super Mario Brothers movie, Super Mario Brothers movie, Super Mario Brothers. Mario has done more damage to the perception of Italians in this country than Mussolini and the Jersey Shore cast put together. And there is no evidence that Mario is a plumber. I've never seen any evidence of any kind that Mario is a plumber. He jumps into pipes. Okay, that does not make you a plumber. That makes you a piece of shit. Mario is supposed to be a non-violent video game character, but he has killed more Goombas than the Punisher and the FBI put together. Did you know that when Mario and Luigi were children, they were abandoned on a desert island, they were rescued by Yoshi, and then when he ran into Yoshi as an adult, he rides him and punches him in the back of the neck to make his tongue shoot out. Mario learned his sex moves from Donkey Kong. It's confusing that Mario is still a bachelor, even though he lives in a universe with 2 human females in it. The other one is dating his brother. But he's holding out. He's holding out for that one chick with a suction cup for a face. Oh man, Mario's first appearance was in Donkey Kong, and Donkey Kong stole his girlfriend, so his second appearance was in Donkey Kong Jr., where he had Donkey Kong in a cage, and Donkey Kong Jr. had to rescue him. And then on Super Nintendo, when Bowser stole his girlfriend, he went to all 8 of Bowser's kids' houses, killed every single one of them, and blew up all 8 castles. Because if you touch this guy's girlfriend, he turns into fucking Liam Neeson. Did you know that, according to the guide that comes with the original Mario game, every block in the castle was made out of a toad that was transformed into a block. And he just smashes them all to bits. And never, at any point in 150 games, does he ever try to turn them back. That's fucking amazing, man. I don't know. All right, you guys. About what I can do. So I'm going to bring back your host, Wario. You guys have a great night.
Thank you, Mega Man. The guy managed to make a functional blaster with lights and everything, and he still looks like he phoned in his costume. This next guy coming through the stage is named Link, which is interesting because he looks like he's mid-transition. He plays a game where an annoying fairy follows him around saying, "Hey, listen to me!" teaching us all what it is like to be Luigi's husband. Seriously, you use an ocarina to make yourself older and you still can't fuck the princess? My God, she makes me hotter than the water temple. God, Coming to the stage, everybody, it's Link!
I can't begin to explain how much I regret coming here. They don't let me talk in any of my games because they let Sonic talk and everyone fucking hated it. Now I just have to be quiet and eat all this meth while I run around doing puzzles forever and collecting things. And even that's better than this. I don't know what to do. The only person who wants to leave less than me is Zangief. He would stay here forever because no one wants to go back to pixelated USSR, surrounded by Russian people with 2 frames, angry at nothing forever because it's always 1989. Smash the barrels again, they'll be back in 5 seconds. My entire game story is that it's dangerous to go alone, so take this, and that's 1,000,000 times more than Mario ever had. And fuck Mega Man. No, this was a whole thing. Mega Man is the best technology that was available in 1987. I had a flip phone that's better than him. The Motorola Razr doesn't have to defeat other people's phones to download their apps. You just need 1 bar and you're good to go. He had to have all of his jokes on note cards because he ran out of hard drive space in 1993. Just wandering along. Dr. Light, an old man who makes a robot of a little boy in a blue leotard. He has a lot to deal with. I should let him off the hook, but I won't. If Dr. Light put the same amount of effort into making Mega Man as Mega Man put into his costume, then Mega Man would be a toaster and the toaster wouldn't work. He looks like if Mega Man, instead of getting armor power-ups to make him stronger throughout the game, they just made him more withered and effeminate. I'm wearing a dress and you guys laughed at me saying that about him. Toad, you're the autistic savant who everyone was sure was useless until they let you drive a cart. I had more, but apparently all you do is sit in castles and be really angry all day, and now I'm kind of scared of you. Bowser, how does it feel getting Donkey Kong's kidnapping sloppy seconds? He's been getting that princess since 1979. Luigi, they have your action figure here. It's the only one. They're very rare. All the rest of them are buried underneath all the E.T. cartridges no one wanted in the desert. I think it's pretty cool and very daring that Nintendo decided to do their first 3D game with Star Fox, featuring their most 2D character they've ever made. You're a dog that flies a plane. Congratulations. No one knows what the fuck a white mage is, including the people who wrote that character. We wanted Black Mage, but he was at a Black Mages Matter convention. Sonic, I really do love the move that you do where you curl up into a ball and fight Robotnik. It's very original. Samus, I also like the move where you curl up into a little ball and fight alien Robotnik. It's very original. You're all coming up with groundbreaking shit. I really want to do drugs with whoever invented Kirby and just said, how about chewing gum that eats you? That guy's probably scary as hell. Hey, Oregon Trail, I'm really jealous of your business model. I wish I thought of the idea of making a video game that people force you to play and then hipsters pretend to have liked years later. Could have been easier. then there's 10 more puzzle pieces to collect every year. I feel like a bad person because, Mario, you actually make me root for people to be better at kidnapping women because then you won't get more games. In the basement, I don't want to have to jump over boxes onto a turtle again. I'll buy the lock for the radiator if that's what it takes. I don't. I'm really surprised that Solid Snake has not climbed into Paul Miller to hide yet from all these solid films. There's two things that he's known for. It's hiding in boxes and solving all war problems by attaching balloons to things. Just turns up in Iraq and all of a sudden there's a bunch of gunfire and it looks like a used car lot with balloons everywhere and a box blowing in the wind. You're probably responsible for more shootings than all of rock and roll music. Mario, I'd like to close by making fun of you, but I really can't because you did make all of this possible by making a game so easy and stupid 3-year-olds could play it and parents would buy it for their kids. That made it so that we could be here. And most of all, with all of the hundreds of items I've collected, you mastered the one thing I could never figure out. Goddamn jumping.
Link could actually jump in The Legend of Zelda 2. But I'm not surprised he doesn't want to talk about The Legend of Zelda 2. I didn't realize that Link was Canadian. Didn't realize it was pronounced Mario. So now we know who Gellert Elzinga was arguing with. Guys, this next comic coming through the stage is named after a vacuum because he sucks. He's the only person on the dais who's had more dudes inside him than Luigi. Give it up for Kirby, everybody.
Thank you, vaguely anti-Semitic Mario. We've got so many wonderful, wonderful game characters up here tonight, plus Toad. We've got the Pong Paddle, who went over time, but we're going to allow it because in America we're used to having to listen to something just because it's old and white. I couldn't get into the Star Fox games, but I gotta say, you know, foxes, it's interesting to have you in space. I'm used to seeing you in the woods, and you're the only thing there more horrifying than clowns. They're not all good. I need to swallow a better comedian if this is gonna go well. Dear God. Bowser, I know you're a king, but you look like Jeffrey the King Lawler turned out to be a lizard person. Luigi, I can't forgive you. You're the only thing that set John Leguizamo's career back further than the pest. Slow burn. Oregon Trail. Oh, I love Oregon Trail. We were prepping people 20 years ago for shooting everything in sight, dying of easily preventable diseases. Woo! Trump America. Mega Man, I didn't know you were a video game character. All I saw was there were like 14 sequels and you were missing a hand. I assumed you were amputee porn. Mario got a little worried when he heard that Solid Snake was here tonight. He didn't know that they were jammed together. He just heard the word Solid and Snake and for once thought he was going to have to clean a pipe. You know, of all the characters that are here that haven't been appreciated that much, the White Mage. I'm really glad that of all the Final Fantasy characters, they sent a woman. Because I always thought that those games were worth about 70 cents of every dollar I paid for them. To the man of the hour, Mario. We achieved fame in two different manners. My model was copied by pretty much every porn star, which is that you can get rich and famous by putting anything in your mouth and swallowing. And you first brought forth the model that's been copied by every talentless person. Just slap your name and picture on it and sell it until it's, well, robbed at gunpoint in Paris. Oh no. Hey, if somebody was gonna bomb tonight, it may as well be the unrecognizable pink blob. So with that, Mario, yeah. No more sports games. Thank you.
Kirby, everybody! Yes, give him a hand, he'll need it. The last game he was in involved fucking yarn. Seriously, it's the first video game my grandmother wanted to play with me. Yarn adventure. This next character coming to the stage has to stay thin to stay in Mario's shadow for all these years. He is the Stephen Baldwin of the video game universe. Mario went to med school, so when you got your own game, what did you do? Did you go explore castles in a foreign land? Did you fight a scary dragon? No. You just inherited and then vacuumed out an old Victorian mansion. That's the gayest shit I ever heard in my life. You are the Solange of video games. You tried to do it on your own, but you were never as good as your sibling, and nobody knows who Solange is. Exactly. Coming to the stage, Luigi, everybody.
Gotta give a shout out to our host, Bizarro World Mario. I'm glad that one person reads comics and plays video games. It's good to be a multi-talented nerd. So I'm just gonna go right down the list. Zangief, he's good at grappling, so he can just grab you by any part he wants to turn into a pussy. There's one thing that I learned working with Lonely Housewives and all the years leading up to Mario turning our lives to shit. It's that being fast isn't that great. Sorry. Mega Man. What did I even have to say about you? You're so fucking hard to remember. Oh yeah. You actually got to choose your path, you lucky fuck. Most of us video game characters got thrown into this is your situation, this is what you have to do to get somewhere. This fucking asshole got the option of choice. I feel like he takes that shit for granted. Thought that I was going somewhere with that. Let's move on to Toad. Somebody that can be even further in Mario's shadow than me. Thank you so fucking much. Making me look a little bit less like a goddamn yes man. Solid Snake. It sucks that Liquid Snake had to show up looking like you, make you change everything up. What's up with that, Tom Clancy? White Mage, it's important to have that video game character there for when your important video game characters fuck up and you need to fix it. Yeah, sorry. Healers? I've always chosen a dwarf, so I feel like that says everything it needs to about my conception of healers. Just smash shit until everything else is dead. Fuck killing myself. Speaking of until everything else is dead, I can't even fucking say any shit. I just gotta give a shout out to the Oregon Trail for getting white men to take a break from focusing on killing everything else and expanding their territory to just killing their own selves to expand their territory. Good shit. I want to give a shout out to Jigglypuff for showing up. I'm hoping she can sing for me tonight so that I can save some Valium to rail later after I take it up the ass by the 100-piece Wario mentioned. Yeah, Bowser, I feel like there is nothing in the world that could compete with your inadequacy issues. Even those boss levels that if you don't go through the dungeon exactly right, you keep getting kicked back out for like another 3 hours, still doesn't compare to what it would take to go through all the shit you put my brother through.